Good morning. Uh, my name is Yazid Muhammad, and I am doing a My Life video. And I want to do a My Life video about the Black History Month. And Black History Month 2024. This year we are planning a program with the Born Again African Study Group at Born Again African Event Center. And I'm promoting the event center as a place of where programs can be hosted. Excuse me, where programs can be hosted, and I'm in particular, I like to host specific type programs. Since I've been running my business, I've always chosen to do programs around uh, uh, self-esteem, African-centered type of programs. So I began celebrating Black History Month in Ghana. You know, that was about 3 years ago. Just right when the pandemic was breaking up, we hosted a program, and we invited Tanya Safir. She came and gave a great lecture, and we also had a brother Omar Wali from DRC. He lives in France. He also came and promoted his book about Dr. Khalid Muhammad. And then in the following year, we did another program, and it just has been kind of building momentum. And this year, when I began to organize for Black History Month program this year, I really wasn't sure what I was going to do. But then a brother reached out to me, a brother and a sister, excuse me, Sister Naomi and Brother Neville Buchanan. They reached out to me, who are a part of, and the chairperson of Marcus Mosiah Garvey Foundation, and we have been in support of each other over the years, and they reached out to me. Hey, Yazi. Actually, what happened was I reached out to them. I'm sorry. I joined their platform, their WhatsApp platform, and February is coming, and I was like, oh man, what are y'all? Do you have any plans for Black History Month? And they was like, oh Yazi, we are passing through. We're gonna stop through and let's build on it. And I was like, all right, that sounds great. All right, so unfortunately we missed, and and I was a little discouraged. Not that we missed, but that it didn't happen the way we planned it. So going forward, we eventually had an opportunity to talk over the phone. I began to organize myself. I had in my mind to do like a youth program, and I've been having in my mind to do like a little play or something like that. So I talked to there's an African American sister in our community here who has opened up a school recently, and I talked to my children's school learning field, and I discussed with them that I had plans of hosting a program at my business, and I wanted to involve some of the youth around Black History Month. Mainly, it's really about my children now, because I want them to have the type of environment that I had growing up. Where it was about instilling Black pride and self-confidence and self-esteem. Those are some of the things that I want to instill in my children, and I want my children to see me organizing and putting these things together. So they will be featured and involved in the program as well, and other children will be a part of it in the community. So I'm reaching out to some of the children in the community, addressing small London, and I'm also so the opportunity to have the MMG Foundation people want to meet up and talk about doing something collaborative on the Black History Month. So I was like, word. So when I spoke to them, I finally had an opportunity to talk to them, and it was like, oh yeah, they down for whatever. So they're in support, and whatever I put together, just let them know, and we can see how they can be a part. I was like, oh shit. I was like, man, this program that grew legs fast. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, what I'm gonna do is, um, uh, see how best I can create a program. So I talked to my study group, and I discussed it among some of the members in the study group. Dr. Mantukam, who's a professor here at the university in Somania, and we also discussed, and he brought in some valuable insight, and I I involved some members from my from the study group, Dr. Akai, Professor Akai, Ni, and some other brothers that I'm also working with that are coming to be a part of what we're doing. As well, one of my young mentees that has passed through, let's say, the Born Again Africa program, if you will. She has also become Miss Teen Ghana, and she has a vision of doing something for her community. And I invited her to also be a part of the speaking, but to be among some of the speakers, and also to possibly be a hostess, a co-host with Brother Philip. And we want to put it on and see how best this can be a collaborative effort. And I think it's a great opportunity, to showcase to the world, that it's not just about a party. Even if we are going to do a celebration, let's celebrate Black excellence. So I think this is a great opportunity to come together as a community. I'm sure this is not the first time, but this is the first time for Born Again Africa, or first time for really real repatriation and consultations. Who is overall behind the program? We are bringing together the Caribbean, a part of the Caribbean community, a part of the African American community, and a part of the Ghanaian community. Are coming together collaboratively to celebrate Black History Month right here in Ghana. So I think it's a huge deal for me, to just be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So then I asked them to contribute and be a part of the program. I was like, oh man, reggae music has been a soundtrack to my life, not just reggae music, but reggae music has been a major part of my cultural upbringing, let me say. And so I asked him, could he come and DJ, and we are going to be preparing some food. So we're going to be preparing some food to share. And I was like, oh man, if you could bring some of your Caribbean food, man, that would be great. We have like a little soul food part of it, and then we have which I'm coming to do, and then we're also going to have the Ghana soul food featured as well, and then they will come with the Caribbean, specifically Jamaican food, but Caribbean in general. And this is really a potluck. Let me say that was really my mind behind it. The program I did for Kwanzaa, for Nia, we did it, and it was like a potluck. So everybody kind of brought something, and I was like, I thought that was dope. And it was a new concept. It was a concept that I think a lot of our Ghanaian friends were not familiar with. So when they came, though they were not familiar with the name potluck. So they now put it together. So they now put it together, and now that we are doing it again, I think the contribution could be more. So and I explained to them that I didn't want to sell the food. I wanted to share the food, because I think if we try to price our food selling, it would be you may it may be a barrier for the larger community to come and try our food and try our culture. So I think it's black. Let me say also about what the program is going to be kind of structured around. We are going to the program is about Sankofa, and I plan to have some of the youth be trained at some of these schools, and my children and my wife's family and some of the community people in the community. They will learn a little, do like a imitation of I'm Kwame Nkrumah, I'm Martin Luther King, I'm Marcus Garvey, all these different characters, and then I'm going to also I want to create a skit for them to come and perform and do something like that. So we invite everybody to come out. This is a free program. Please come out and support. It's a potluck program. It's a potluck, so you can bring your own food. We have a lot of chafing dishes, so we can add you to the serving table. Right now, we don't have a dessert, so anybody that can bring a dessert, bring a nice dessert to share with in mind. And also, we're not running a bar. We have this is a BYOB. Let me say it like that. So I want the atmosphere to be kind of a cool atmosphere, like I almost said picnic, but cookout kind of an atmosphere where there will be food there, and you could bring food, and we're gonna have chairs, but you can sit down and on the grass. That's how very nice the place is. So if you want, bring your family, come out and support us. If you're in the Volta region, the Eastern region, or the Akosombo area, this is you are in our. I think we are in your capability of reaching us in less than 2 hours. But people from Accra, in Accra or Tema as well, man. Please let me welcome you and invite you to come down and be in support of us through the group. Visit Africa, visit Ghana, and Year of Return. We are also working collaboratively to try to put the program together and on the platform on Facebook. We've asked members to come out and do live streams to also share and see what's going on and see what we are putting together here at Real Repatriation Consultations, as well as through the Born Again African Study Group, which we have a Facebook page for each one. And come through, and if you like the place at the and you see what our event center is a little bit about, and in the future, plan your own program here.